So when we ask what is death, there is no single definition. Welcome to Zhou's Thinking Lounge. Driven by curiosity, today let's talk about a question that sounds simple but becomes surprisingly complex. What is death? In everyday life, we usually think the answer is obvious. When a person stops breathing, when the heart stops beating, when life ends, we say that person has died. But if we slow down and ask the question more carefully, what exactly do we mean by death? At the most basic level, death is often understood biologically. A living organism survives because its body maintains certain functions: breathing, circulation, cellular activity. When those functions permanently stop, life ends. From this perspective, death simply means the end of a biological activity, but philosophy asks a deeper question. Suppose a body still exists, but consciousness is gone. Is the person still there? Philosophers have long debated the relationship between the body and the mind. For example, the philosopher Rene Descartes famously distinguished between the physical body and the thinking mind. If consciousness still disappears, has the person already died? From this perspective, death may be understood as the end of consciousness or personhood. Modern medicine has made this question even more complicated. In earlier times, death was usually defined by stopping of the heart, but with technologies like ventilators or intensive care, the body can sometimes continue functioning even when the brain no longer works. As a result, modern medicine introduced the concept of brain death. When the brain irreversibly stops functioning, a person is usually considered legally and medically dead, even if certain bodily processes continue. This defines matter greatly. It influences decisions about organ donation, medical responsibility, and end-of-life care. Once we begin thinking carefully about death, many people feel uneasy because death is not only a biological event, it raises a deeper question. When does a person truly cease to exist? When the body stops, when consciousness disappears, or when a person's memory disappears from the world. These questions do not have simple answers, but they reveal something important. Death is not just a biological event, it is also a philosophical problem. So when we ask what is death, there is no single definition. Death can be understood as a biological endpoint, the end of consciousness, or a legal boundary. From a philosophical perspective, death is best understood as a boundary concept. It marks the limit of human life, and that limit reminds us of something fundamental. Life is finite, and it is precisely this finitude that makes the creation of meaning possible. Thank you for watching Joe's Thinking Lounge. Stay curious. See you next time.